so much for joining me. I'm going to be working on some twisting today. So really getting our whole core just a little bit wrung out, stretched out, a little bit of abdominal work here as well. But this should be a really nice class for your digestion and for your hips and your lower back as well. As usual, no props are required, but you can bring anything into the practice that makes you feel good. We're going to start off lying down on our backs. As you're ready, you're going to come all the way down onto your mat. And take a few moments to get comfortable. If you need to draw your knees into your chest to get comfortable, you do that. You need to bring your feet onto the floor and sway a little bit side to side with the knees. You can do that. Anything that just allows you to be here for a few moments. As you start to get comfortable, you can decide if you want to recline with your knees pointing up or with your legs straight out, whatever feels best for you. If you really can't get comfortable, you're welcome to draw your knees in towards your chest here as well. Maybe let your hands come down by your sides. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And take a few deep breaths. Become aware of your belly button here. Of where it is, what the space around it feels like. If you want to, you can even put a finger on your belly button. So you become really quite aware of this kind of center of your body. It's a midpoint for us. And this is where we want our work to come from today. We're moving from our belly, from our core as we twist. We're going to start off with a nice, gentle, reclined twist. You can do a couple of different variations. You can see what feels good. First option would be to draw the right knee in towards the chest and cross the right knee over to the left. You can extend your right arm for counterbalance. That might feel nice. Maybe. Another option would be to place the soles of your feet on the floor, knees a little bit wider, and then take both knees over to the left. That might feel lovely. Another option would be to draw your knees into your chest and take your knees over to the left with your knees stacked one on top of the other. Anything along these lines where you're crossing over to your left side. In any of these, you can extend your right arm. You can turn to look towards your right fingertips as you do so, kind of bringing the twist up a little bit into the shoulders as well. And you just want to find here a place that's pretty comfortable because we're going to stay for a little bit. And you want to be able to relax your belly button here. Once you find your twist, it's as if you are releasing any hold on your abdominal muscles. Another deep breath here. And bring your knees back towards the center line. You can hug them into the chest, maybe rock a little bit from right to left. You could do more windshield wipers, or you can simply relax in any position that feels good before we twist over to the other side. And again, you can do any variation of the twist. It can be the same as the first side, or it can be a little different. find the one that works for your body. Feel free to add the extension now of the left arm or the looking over towards the left fingertips. Feel that twist, you get into it, and then you just relax your belly as much as possible. It's like a constant reminder of your mind to your muscles. Relax, 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 because inevitably your abdominals will tense up again here in an effort to get you further into the twist or kind of hold you in a comfortable, or excuse me, in a position that is not quite comfortable. So if you need to adjust or add a prop so that you can actually relax your belly, don't hesitate to do so. And just keep reminding yourself. It's practice. And take another deep breath here. Bring your knees from wherever they are back towards the center line again. Any kind of neutralizing movement, knees to the chest, windshield wipers, just a little rest. And if you haven't already done so, draw your knees in towards your chest. Extend both of your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands down by your sides. Here you're going to point your toes as you inhale and flex as you exhale. And you're just going to do a few like that, warming up. You might even hear the crackliness of my ankles. Once you've pointed and flexed a few times, go ahead and separate your feet a little bit and roll your ankles. And you can be going the same or different directions, it doesn't matter. Once you've gone a few times in one direction, you go the other way. Circling. And then you are going to bend your knees and stack them on top of your hips. So you're in an upside down table pose with your legs as much as possible. If your low back hurts, you can always bring your knees in a little bit more towards your chest. You want to be bringing the knees above the hips and then drawing the belly button down. So it's like you're gluing the front of your body to the back of your body. Your belly button is drawing towards the inside of you. Bring your hands onto your thighs here. You can be flexing or pointing your feet at this point. See what feels comfortable. Inhale here. As you exhale, firmly pull your belly button towards the floor. Press your thighs into your hands and your hands into your thighs. Feel some resistance. If you'd like to go one step further, lift the back of your head off of the mat. We're going to hold here, pressing thighs to hands, hands to thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. You can hug your knees into your chest. Doesn't look like much, but it really activates your core. We're going to do that twice more. Stacking the knees on top of the hips. Hands onto the thighs. Press the thighs away. Press the thighs into the hands. If you'd like, lift the back of your head. Press your belly button to the floor and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a little break. And if you've got it in you, we'll do one more set. Stacking the knees above the hips. Maybe try an opposite position with your feet. Press the hands to the thighs, sides to the hands. Optional head lift. Holding here. 5, 4. Pulling your belly button down. 2, and 1. Let everything go. Pull your knees to your chest. Rock a little bit. And here you could rock yourself all the way over to one side and use your hands to press yourself up. If you feel a little frisky and it feels okay for your spine, you can catch behind your thighs and rock yourself a little back and a little forward to come to seated. Either way, you can do a few and And then you're going to make your way to a cross-legged seat. I'm simply going to turn to face you. You can be facing any direction on your mat. As you're ready, lift your arms up on an inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to twist to your right, drop your hands down, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your hips. Inhale, firm up your belly, lift the crown of your head, lift your hands up, come back to the center line. Exhale, go over to the left, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your belly, relax your hips. Inhale, bring everything up. It's like you're lifting a little elevator of your muscles up. And then exhale, relax and twist. We're just going to continue going side to side a few more times. As you inhale, you kind of draw everything in and up while your muscles activate to lift you. And as you exhale, you move to the side and you relax. Go once more in each direction. When you've completed that, inhale back to center, lift your arms. As you exhale, drop your fingertips down to your sides. You might like to switch the crossing of your feet. And then fingertips come back to the floor. Lift your left arm up, lean over to the right, and bring that left arm over your head. Find a side bend. Doesn't have to be very far. As you inhale, bring all those muscles into line and come back to the center. Left hand down, right arm over, leaning. Just feeling a nice stretch here along the sides. And then inhale back to the center. And exhale, you're going to go to the first side. We're going to stay here and add our knee to elbow. So as you inhale, your left arm is up over your head. As you exhale, you're going to twist a little over, looking towards your right fingertips. Bring your left elbow to your right knee. Inhale, come back up, side bend. Exhale, a little twist. Elbow as close to the knee as feels possible today. You have one more like that. Today we're going to come back up as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to press our left hip down. Inhale, lift all the way up, feel all of those side muscles working. Exhale, bring your left hand down and your right arm over. This is your inhale. As you exhale, you curl the right elbow to the left knee, finding a little twist. You can look over towards those left fingertips. Inhale, open up, side bend. Exhale, find the twist. Inhale, side bend. Last one, twisting over just as close together as the elbow and the knee want to come today. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, really glue your right hip down. You can feel that stretch. Use those muscles that you feel stretching now to bring you back to the center line. As you exhale, bring your fingertips down. You're going to make your way all the way up to standing. If, like me, you've been procrastinating, taking your socks off in this chillier weather, now is a good time because you're going to want some grip in a moment here. Come all the way up to the front of your mat. Roll your wrists now a few times. Each direction. Wiggle out your fingertips. Spread your toes nice and wide, rolling your shoulders back away from your ears. As you inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Maybe look up and pull your shoulders a little back, finding an extra big stretch up here. On an exhale, press your palms together and fold forward, forearms to thighs. Hands to shins or fingertips all the way to the floor if you feel ready. Dangle here for a few breaths. Any little movements that feel nice. And variation with the arms. As you're ready, slide your hands up to your shins or your thighs as you find halfway lift on an inhale. feet as if you were trying to separate it from right to left. Your feet are pulling away from one another as you inhale. Keep that going and roll all the way up to the sky. Arms to come out and up or be heavy this first time. As you exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. Inhale, bring your arms out and up. Press the palms together and exhale to fold. Inhale, the right hand plants down, the left hand comes to the hip. Both of your knees are deeply bent, and you're going to lift your left shoulder as you twist to the left. Your left leg might grow a little straighter, maybe your left arm comes to the sky, or your left hand can come around behind your back, resting the back of your hand on your tailbone, or even into the crease of your right hip as you twist here. As you inhale, you're going to unwind, plant the left hand down, bend both knees deeply, and go the other way, twisting to the left. Twisting to the right. Bending deeply into the left knee. The right leg might grow a little straighter. Maybe the right arm comes up to the sky. Hand could come behind the back or into the crease of the hip if you want. Inhale to open up. And exhale to fold back to the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up to the sky. Exhale, press your palms together, bring your hands now to your heart. Inhale, bring your arms up. As you exhale, you're going to bend your knees, step back into your Utkatasana, your chair pose, looking down to make sure you can see your toes beyond your knees. As you inhale, open your arms. They can come by your shoulders or up by your ears. As you exhale, draw your hands back to your heart, twist to your left. Now, you might simply stay here. If you feel a little open, you can bring the back of your right arm to your thighs. If that feels a little far but you want some support, you can open up, place your right arm across your thighs, and bring your left arm to the sky. Inhale here. As you exhale, come back to the center. Stay in the squat if you can, straighten the legs if needed. Press the palms in front of the heart and twist the other way. Shrugging the shoulders back, you can stay here. You can try to lower down, arms to thigh, or you can open up the arms to give you some support in a higher variation. This should feel nice for your hips and back and maybe a little fiery for your legs. Inhale, come back to the center. As you exhale, fold it all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your fingertips down. Step your left foot back. Bring your left knee to the floor. Feel free to fold your mat over or grab a cushion for that knee. Shrug your shoulders back, lift the center of your chest, just look a little forward here as you inhale. As you exhale, plant your left hand down. Feel free to use a prop underneath that left hand and twist to your right. Right hand could come to the hip, right arm could come to the sky. Imagine you are spiraling from your belly button, and your belly button started off facing the floor and then it's spiraling over towards the thigh, and maybe you can keep spiraling and you keep going and you lift your belly button, just look over the top of your thigh if possible. Leaning a little back. Take another deep breath here. And then fold back towards the mat as you exhale. Plant your hands down. You're going to take your right knee next to your left knee to go to a table pose. Hands come under the shoulders. Knees under the hips. Once you're there, inhale, really relax your belly. Shrug your shoulders back. Tail and gaze come up. Really lazy cow pose. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone down. Now lift your belly button actively towards your spine as you tuck your chin towards your chest. Active cat pose. Inhale, kind of just melt into this lazy cow pose. Exhale, a little more active as you lift your belly into your cat pose. One more like that. Sinking into cow. Lifting to cat. As you inhale, come to neutral. As you exhale, tuck your toes under, maybe lift your knees, come to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Feel free to pedal your feet, sway your hips. If you prefer to stay in table, you can continue with your cow-cat. Or you could draw some circles with your hips for a few moments. As you're ready, table or dog. Inhale to float your right foot all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot back to the front of the mat. So same foot as before is forward. Now we're going into a high lunge variation. So you're gonna lift your left hip, your left hand stays planted down, and you twist again to your right hand to the hip, or right arm to the sky. And again, imagine kind of spiraling with your belly button. So you start off here, your belly button is facing towards the floor, and then you spiral, spiral, spiral. Maybe you can get just a little peek of the top of your thigh, or maybe a little bit over if you're feeling quite open. Don't worry, we're gonna repeat this motion. So if you feel like your belly button is stuck looking at the floor, there's more time. Inhale here. As you exhale, fold towards the floor, soften your back knee, and step up. Inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, one smooth breath rolls you up to the sky. Pull the mat apart with your feet. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. I'm going to take that same sequence to the other side. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Press your palms together as you exhale, bend your knees, come to your chair pose, your Utkatasana. Inhale, maybe you lift your arms, lift your belly away from your thighs. Exhale, draw your belly button back as you draw your hands to your heart. This time you twist first to your right, shrugging your shoulders back. Any of the arm variations. Inhale, come to the center, and exhale to twist the other way. Shrug your shoulders back. Lift your belly away from your thighs, even though as you twist and fold, it's coming closer and closer. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to fold. Really drape your belly over your thighs here so you feel some softness in your lower back. And then maybe a little straightness in your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step your right foot back. Bring your right knee to the floor. Find your fingertips framing your left foot, finding any cushioning or padding for your knee that's needed. Think of lifting your chest. Notice which way your belly button is facing. Plant your right hand down and start to spiral your belly button to the left. Left hand could come to the thigh or the hip, or the arm could come to the sky. And just keep opening up, shrugging your shoulders back. Inhale deeply here. And then as you exhale, fold yourself towards the floor. Plant your hands under your shoulders. You're going to step your left knee back next to your right knee. Coming back into your table pose. Little variation this time. You're going to tuck your right set of toes under, reach your right foot back. Lift your right hip up a little bit so you feel the back of your right thigh active, and then extend your left arm. Inhale here, and as you exhale, twist over to your left. Keep lifting your right hip up towards the sky. If you feel really quite frisky here, you could try floating your right toes up as you twist. You'll really feel your hips. Take another deep breath. Toes down if you lifted them. Circle the hand back and down. Draw the knee. If you need to shake out your wrist, please do. We'll go to the other side. Left set of toes tuck under and reach back. Lift your left hip. Feel your left leg activate. You're also there activating your lower abdominal muscles. Reach your right arm out. Inhale. Exhale. Twist to the right. Shrug your shoulders back. Stay here. Keep lifting the left hip. Maybe you can even lift that left leg up a little bit. It's quite strangely challenging being close to the floor but lifting that foot away. You'll really feel your thighs. Inhale. And then as you exhale, undo. Foot down. Hand down. Knee in. Feel free maybe to take a cow-cat. Wiggle through your spine. Roll out your wrist. You can stay in table, or you can tuck your toes, and when you're ready, come to downward dog. Take a couple deep breaths, wherever you choose to be. From your table or your dog, lift your left leg up, inhale, and then exhale, step that left leg forward. We're going for now the high, the elevated twist. Same position as the knee down twist. You're gonna lift your right hip up a little. The right hand stays on the floor, and you start to rotate your belly button over to the left, taking your left arm up to the sky, shrugging your shoulders back. It's like that little spiral open. It's like your belly button just wants to explore, looking at different things, looking in different directions. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, fold back. soften your back knee and step up. Find your forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, maybe a little straightness in the legs as you find half lift. Exhale to soften. As you inhale, roll yourself all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, press your palms in front of your heart. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head. Exhale, palms to the heart, bend your knees, Utkatasana. As you inhale, lift your chest, potentially extend your arms. As you exhale, press the palms of your hands together. You're going to twist again towards your left. Now sweep your pressed palms to the outside of your thigh. Inhale, come back to the center line. And then exhale, twist to the right, sweep your palms to the outside of the right thigh. Go twice more in each direction, inhaling to lift. And exhaling to chop to the side. Feel free to be moving up and down in your legs here. The amount of bend in your knees is totally up to you. Inhale back to the center, keep your knees bent, fold over your thighs, lengthen your spine. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, plant your fingertips down, step your left foot back, bring your left knee to the floor. Going into the twist, the left hand plants down, you're going to spiral your belly button to the right hand to the hip, or right arm up to the sky. Feel free to stay right here. If you'd like, you can start to open your right arm back as if you're trying to stack your right arm on top of your left leg in a parallel line. Inhale here. As you exhale, come all the way back to the center line. Plant your hands down. Step your right knee back next to your left knee. This time, slide your palms a little forward so that as you bring your shoulders forward over your wrists, you're in a low plank position. If you prefer, you can always tuck your toes and come to a high plank. Inhale at the top of your plank. Glue your belly button up towards your spine. And then exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes. Shrug your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Inhale, find a little bit of a cobra pose. Exhale to release. Press your hands down. Press back. Child's pose, taking your knees a little wider than your hips. Press your fingertips down, lift the palms of your hands up, lift your forehead, lift your torso as you inhale. As you exhale, take your right arm and thread it underneath your left armpit. Remember that if this variation doesn't work, you can always do this in a table with your hips more lifted away from your heels. It's totally fine. Now this twist is for our shoulders. The weight of our body opens the shoulder in this twist. On an inhale, you're going to unwind the twist, reach the fingertips forward, and go to the other side. You're ready, inhale, unwind. Reach your fingertips out in front of you, Lift your hips, bring your knees underneath them. Tuck your toes under, and as you're ready, come to downward facing dog. Take a deep, full breath there. And then again, float your right foot to the sky. Step your right foot up to the front of the mat. A little tricky variation here on our twist. You're going to walk your fingertips in front of your right foot. You step your back foot in maybe once or twice, and then bring all of the weight to the right foot. Lift your belly button towards your spine as you do this. You're getting a little bit of arch up towards the ceiling, and then see if you can lift your left foot behind you. Extend the crown of your head forward. See if you can come back to the shape of your balancing table. Feel more than free to take a block and put it underneath your hand. This is your left hand. Your right hand might also be on the floor. You could use another block, or your right hand might be able to come to your hip. See if you can start to turn your belly button to your right towards your standing leg. And if as you do that, your back leg drops down, that's perfectly natural. You lift it up just as high as you can. If you come into the twist and your leg is on the floor, that's fine. If your leg is lifted, you'll just get a lot more work in your hips. If you feel really frisky, you can lift your right arm to the sky. Keep pulling your belly button towards your spine in this twist. Inhale where you are, and then as you exhale, release the right hand, release the left leg, and come to your forward fold. Feel free to use your prop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to roll yourself up to the sky. Exhale to press your palms in front of your heart. You're going to take that home on the other side. Feel free to keep your prop handy if you used one for the second balance. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift, and because I forgot one thing, you're going to drop your butt back, bring your hands in front of your heart, and come to your chair pose, because we have to do our chopping. As you inhale, lift your arms up, press the palms of your hands together. As you exhale, chop to your right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, chop to the left. I'm kind of moving my hips a little up and a little down. It's almost like a little squat here as I chop side to side. You could be doing the same. Have your legs almost perfectly straight. Or if you feel frisky tonight, you can go for like a really deep squat. Really test your quads and your glutes. When you're ready, inhale back to center. Keep the knees soft and find that nice release of draping your belly over your thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down. You're gonna step your right foot back. We're going back into the twist with the knee on the floor. So accommodating your back knee, dropping it down. If you need a cushion, please grab one. The left hand stays on the floor. And you're gonna spiral your belly button to the left. You can keep your hand on your thigh or your arm to the sky. If you want to go a little further, you can open that arm back and imagine that you are lining up the arm over the back leg. Left arm, right leg. Like two parallel lines. Big spiral. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, come all the way back down. Plant your hands under your shoulders. You're going to slide that left knee back next to the right knee. Slide your fingertips forward, so as you slide your shoulders forward, you're in plank. Inhale here, bring your belly button towards your spine. Exhale slowly to the mat. Tuck your elbows in. Inhale, lift the center of your chest. Cobra, feel free to come higher if it feels good to your back. Exhale to release. Scoot back, child's pose. You could keep your knees a little closer together this time. Or you could take them further apart. We're just spending one deep breath here. As you inhale, lift back. You could stay in table for this one, or you could come to downward facing dog. I'm going to start and show you a table, and then I'll show you a downward facing dog. Another little twist. You're going to lift your right hand up, and you're going to reach back towards the outside of your left knee. If you're in table, you place your hand on the floor. Just reaching back. You'll feel your abdominals activate. You want to keep lifting your abdominals. If you're in a downward facing dog, you're doing the same lift of the abdominals and you're reaching out and you're touching maybe your outer, thigh, or maybe you can reach down and touch your ankle as you come into this twist. This one's quite intense on the shoulders, so do exactly what you can. Whichever one you choose, take another breath and then release the hand. You go the other way. You reach the hand to the outside of the knee. If you're in table, keep lifting up, finding the twist. If you're in dog, you can reach down towards the ankle if that is accessible to you. It's quite a deep sensation. Wherever you are, take another breath. And then release, come back to table or dog, wiggle things out. And then from there, lift the left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward. We're going for our twisted balance, big challenge. Maybe you like to have your block handy as you walk your fingertips in front of you. You can even be placing your hands there. Stepping the back foot in once, or maybe twice. Lift your belly as you press down into your left heel. Floating maybe just that right leg a little bit behind you. And then here, you're going to leave your right hand planted down. You might also have your left hand out, or you can bring your left hand to float or to your hip. Feel where your belly button is and start to spiral it a little to the left. And it's totally natural as you spiral, your right foot drops today, you can always leave that right foot on the floor as you find the twist. If you can keep the right leg lifted, you'll feel some lovely fire in your outer left hip. If you're ready to go a little further, you can lift your left arm up to the sky. Wherever you are, take a few breaths. Enjoy the intensity. And then release. Hand down. Knee comes in. And you soften both knees and you find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to roll all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. You can stay facing the same direction. I'm just going to turn to face you. We're going to come into a squat. Bring your toes out and your heels in, feet a little wider than your hips. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees. You could go to horse, hands onto your thighs. You could go to spider, fingertips to the floor, or you could come all the way down to garland, hips between the heels. Feel free today to stay in your squat, or feel free to add on a twist. If you are all the way down to the floor, you're going to plant your left hand down, look over your right shoulder, and maybe lift your right arm up to the sky. You'll be pressing the back of your left arm into your left thigh. If you're in your spider squat, you can plant your left hand in the middle as you twist. If you're in your horse, you can again lower your arm to your thigh, so your forearm to your thigh as you twist. The palm of the hand could be on the right thigh, or the right arm could lift. And then you go the other way. Forearm to thigh, hand to sky, or hand to thigh. That's hard to say. You could be spidering with one hand on the floor, one hand up, or you could do the garland. One hand on the floor, one hand up, pressing the back of the shoulder into the leg. Whichever one you choose, you take another breath. And then you release. From here, you are going to make your way to seated in the way that best suits your body today. When you get to seated, stretch your legs out in front of you. Give them a little wiggle and a little shake. They worked really hard there. We'll come into a seated spinal twist. Draw your right foot in. You can practice with your foot on the inside of your thigh, or the outside of your thigh, or you can fold your bottom foot in. See what works for your body. Both butt cheeks should be on the floor, and then lift your arms up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, twist to your right. Relax your shoulders and your jaw, and once you get into this twist, again, relax your belly. As you inhale, come back to the center. Unwind your legs. And we'll go the other way. The sole of the left foot draws in, inside the thigh, outside the thigh, or the bottom foot could fold in. When you have your position, lift your arms up, breathe in, and as you breathe out, twist to your left. Relax your shoulders, relax your hips. Relax your belly button. Inhale back to the center line. Relax your shoulders. Unwind your legs. Stretch them one more time out in front of you. Give them a wiggle. Give them a shake. I'm going to take a forward fold here. You are welcome to take a Paschimottanasana, which is your legs straight out in front of you as you fold. You can always soften your knees a little bit there. You are welcome to take a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together as you fold forward. Or if you like a little inner thigh stretch, you can always take an Upavista. I find this is usually the least popular option, but you can take a wide-legged forward fold seated as well. Whatever you decide, you come a little forward. Just until you start to feel something in your legs, your hips, or your lower back. And just relax there. Let this feel really nice for your body. We are winding it down, finishing off our work for today. There's no need to strain anymore or to stretch to your maximum capacity anymore. This is a nice, gentle release. Take another deep breath here. Slowly pressing your fingertips into the floor. Walk yourself all the way back up. Gather your legs in. Place the soles of your feet on the floor, a little wider than your hips. Bring your hands behind you. Lift the center of your chest as you breathe in. As you breathe out, take your knees to the right. Inhale the knees to the center. Exhale the knees to the left. And go a few times here, side to side. Maybe once more in each direction. And then bringing those knees back to the center line. You could, from this point, bring yourself all the way down, lying onto your mat for Shavasana. If there's any other pose or shape that you would like, you are more than welcome to add that in. You're also welcome to join me and stay in a seated position for this very brief little meditation, whatever feels most comfortable and most relaxed for your body here. Once you find that relaxed and comfortable place, you're going to bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Can you feel the rise and the fall of your breath in your belly? Can you feel the beat of your heart against your hand? Can you feel the rise and fall of your breath in your belly and the beat of the heart in your chest at the same time? You can stay here for as long as you need. I encourage you to stay for another 3 or 5 or even 10 minutes if you have that luxury today. When it is time to return, you'll take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. Release the hands and wiggle the fingers. You can wiggle the toes. If you're lying down, you can make your way to one side. If you're seated, you could add one last twist from side to side. going to your most comfortable seat today, whatever that looks like. Bring your hands in front of your heart. We'll close with our deep breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice, and as always, your precious time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.